Capricorn, song that's playing for you is Joy and Pain. And it's funny because your last one was on the line, similar along the lines of this one. So you might as well go ahead and peep that. But it's like a tick for tat type situation. If you want to obtain joy, you got to go through pain. You got to walk through the fire to make it to the other side. You feel me? And you might be in that type of situation. Or where you found joy once upon a time now only brings you pain. You don't have to put your foot in the shoe that fits you. You know who you've been dealing with, what ideas and mentalities and virtues you've been investing in. Look, that brought a death, that brought pain. But again, without death, there can't be birth. You feel it's tick for tat type shit. So now you can be born again in the positive sense if you choose to grow from this ending, at least. Because you can choose to wallop in the ending and, just be stuck in the graveyard. You feel me? Be stuck in sorrow about something. Or you didn't come back from it. That decision is yours, though. Yeah, look. Joy. It's funny that was in your last one. So it's like you're home in some way, shape, or form. Or you're investing in whatever hobby, habit, routine, relationship, environment, space. You shaking hands with the folk, or you're involving yourself in the energy that makes you feel home. So if it's a passion, if it's a hobby you do, or if it's a place in an environment you involve yourself in, you feel home when you're here. So that's where you're putting yourself, mentally or third dimensionally. Yeah, because it's somebody outside you may be salty because you happy when you do this. Or you're happy here and not there. You feel me? It's like someone feel like it's not fair that you find emotional fulfillment there, but not in the space with me. That type of shit. There makes you happy, Capricorn. Oh, you love it when you're more happy here instead of... And that's because you just put the burden down with you put the burden down about a situation. You not stressing over this no more. I ain't going to let this fuck up my happiness. Let this fuck up my life. Let this fuck up my joy. I already know it's unbalanced. That's all I need to know. It's that type of shit. You already know that won't work, so to speak. Joy and pain. You had to learn that won't work. In order to learn, you got to focus on your own happiness. Look. Only way for you to change your perspective about what joy is to you is through pain. Now you know what real happiness is because you've been hurt. Yeah, look, you've been hurt. You learned the lesson the hard way. Yeah, you used to be kicking it with a certain type of folk. Had you in the Three of Cups. You thought back in the day this was real joy. Oh, when I'm with these people, when I do this, you thought everything was sweet. You ain't even know what you was doing up until you learned what you was doing. Then you learned, oh, that wasn't even me. Now that you're in this space, now that you've experienced these type of feelings, this type of emotion, now that you have this type of thing to go off of, now you know what you used to be doing wasn't shit compared to this. You feel me? Yeah, something. I'm telling you, something. You've been through something. Joy and pain. That you in a whole lot of pain. You've been through some hurt. You've been through some hurt, but now you could be now you having your way. Because this was the first card. This is you. After all this hurt, you finally happy. Finally, you finally found your home. You finally found the folk you're supposed to be kicking it with. You finally found the hobby, the routine, the virtues that make you happy. Your day-to-day cycle that makes you feel like this. Make you feel good. You having your way. Or, back in the day, you thought you could have your way. And you learned you can't. But with that lesson came a new sense of emotional fulfillment, a new sense of emotional satisfaction, and you're happy. What's on these grapes? Yeah, you've been brought to balance on a soul level. Spiritually. Something changed in your life. You got shifted on a deeper tip. Yeah, because of an opportunity. Something was presented to you. Whether it was a mind, someone came to you and invested in you in some way, shape, or form, and they put you in this person. You getting this from something external. It could be a person. You could have heard a bird chirp, and that triggered a thought. It goes that deep. You feel me? And that put your mind in a path or on a road you never think like this. But because you saw that show, because you heard that song, your mind went that way for the first time. Brought you a whole new sense of reality. A whole new mind, a whole new opportunity. Or it was third dimensional. Somebody could have talked to you. You could have invested yourself in a different type of space. You didn't know how you were going to feel about it, but you know where you were. So you was like, fuck it. You see this as a light right now. And that light made you happy. Yeah, look, and you see emotionally, you got the 9 and the 10. You stand in your ground. If it's you, if it's someone outside of you who invested in you, someone who was emotionally balanced in their realm of reality, in their space, gave you something. Whether they gave you a mind, they gave how they expressed or communicated to you, or it's like you observed how someone handled something they were invested in. And that brought you a new sense of emotional fulfillment. It brought you a new sense of emotional stability. You feel me? You seen how somebody was having their way. Whoa, what was that? You seen how somebody was having their way in their realm, in their world. And that was an example for you on how you can have your way in your world. But in order for you to have your way in your world, you had to put an end to all the unjust and bad decisions that you made. You feel me? Put your foot in the shoe that fits you though.